What's up? Welcome back to the good, the bad and the stupid, guys and dolls. Hope you're well. Remember that advert, what's up? I thought I would, just popped in my head earlier when I was just about to start the video, so I thought I'd say it. It's really annoying, wasn't it? I think it was a Budweiser advert. I remember I worked in an office and everybody in the office was doing it. Everybody was doing it to each other. It just was like, that was like a viral video, but it was oral, you know. Everybody was doing it to each other. It was like catching. Oh, it was fucking really annoying. The only bonus about that was I was in this job and I knew I was only going to stay there for 3 weeks. But for the whole 3 weeks that I was doing it, people were still doing that WhatsApp. So that must be why it popped in my head, because it's still floating around and it gives me a chill when I think of it. So yeah, hopefully they don't repeat or bring that one back. And the other thing was that what was the other one? The annoying ringtone, the frog on the bike, was it? Oh, what was the fuck was that noise? That went around. That was just annoying as hell as well. And ring ding 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 ding, something like that. I can't remember what the fuck it was, but I'll tell you what, they get in your head, don't they? These marketers. There's a fad, and it goes around like that. And it'd be good to come up with the idea, though. It'd be good to come up with one of them, because you just make a fucking killing straight off, bang, like that, and then done. You know, your money's made. You can move on, just walk off after just going off. Just made a real stupid noise and made a fortune out of it, and now I'm gonna go and put my feet up and spend the rest of my days in the sun with my sunglasses on and a pina colada. The only annoying voice I can think of is just my voice. Annoying noise I can think of is just my voice, the old Birmingham monotone Birmingham accent. It's not annoying anyway. It's very sexy, as you will all agree. I think we're becoming more and more popular. There was once upon a time where we was only played by the dumbasses on the TV, like Benny out of Crossroads, wasn't it? Who else? It was always the thick people. Like the guy off the Fast Show did one as well. It was always played the Dumbos, but now, obviously, with Peaky Blinders, we're fucking, you know, people would love to be able to do the Birmingham accent. So they put us on the map. And now there's other TV programmes. Although there is an annoying guy who does Channel 4 news, not news reading. He introduces the programmes on Channel 4, I think it is, and I don't know where he's from. He's not from Birmingham. Don't associate that with the Birmingham accent. He's got to be Warsaw or somewhere like that. Somewhere like real Dudley or somewhere where it's fucking, or Black Country accent where it's like another level. You know, it's still good. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, you know, it's not the Birmingham accent. That's like a fucking real harsh version of the Birmingham accent. It's like, that's the comical one. Sorry if you're from Dudley, but you know, you get it. You know the score, as they say. Yeah, it's where they say, you know, what they say, cup of tea for cup of tea. They say cup of tea. I'm talking to people like they don't know. I mean, most of the people probably listening would be English anyway, but just in case you're from another country, you might be sitting in here in China listening to me and going, what's this fucking crazy dude talking about Black Country and all that sort of stuff. So Dudley in the Black Country, if you ever get the chance, don't visit. It's not much going on. Well, saying that, the Black Country Museum, that's all right. It's like in fact, that's brilliant, the Black Country Museum. That's like a living museum, so it's a bit like, you know, walking along a Peaky Blinders set or something, but, you know, all people all dressed in the old days and all that kind of stuff. And I think they've got the barges and everything up there. I don't know what else they've got up there. The old shops and that. Yeah, so it's quite an interesting thing. And they've got another place called the Pie Factory. So here I am now selling Dudley. Fucking, I've just dissed it, and now I'm going to try and sell it. I'm trying to, you know, get back in the good books. But they've also got a place called the Pie Factory, and the Pie Factory sells like cow pies, you know, like Desperate Dan. He's got that cow pie, and you got these like pie things, like with the pies with the big cow horn sticking out the top of it. and that's a good place to go. Although I don't eat meat now, but hopefully they do a version that I would try if I ever went back. But and then there was another thing called the Black Country Bus Tours, which they do, which is it's basically a double-decker bus that's been turned into a bar, and loads of you get on it, and and you get on it basically, and you go around all the different pubs. You drink on the bus, and then you go around all these different pubs, and you just get absolutely pissed out your brains. If I remember rightly, it was my work do, and it just kicked off. I took some of my friends along to it who were not from my work. It was an office, and a couple of my friends came along, and everybody got absolutely blottoed. So and I don't know, it just kicked off between my friends and people in the office. So I had to walk into the office the next day and explain all that. So I think it started with somebody hitting somebody over the head with a salt shaker. Yeah, so I remember that. Bloody hell. It's crazy, isn't it? These little videos make me remember. I haven't spoken about that story for a very long time. Yeah, I remember one of my friends, I think, lobbed it over the back of his head for a laugh, and it hit somebody on the head, and then they sort of, let's just say, I think cow pies and everything were throwing. It was like become a pie fight, Western, tables and everything going. But anyway, I think we were about 18. We weren't grown men at the time. We were fucking little pissed up idiots at the time. So, hey ho. Mulled wine. Anyway, it's on the same thing. Mulled wine was banned from a Christmas light switch on in case it fueled a drunken crime wave. At first, I was going to say, oh, what a load of shit, you know what I mean? But after that story I've just told, obviously it could happen, because ours was a Christmas do as well, I think. But they're saying it would cause a drunken crime wave. What, mulled wine? It's not like fucking, that's middle class kind of twee drink. Nobody's going to get pissed out their brains on mulled wine very quickly, are they? It's going to cause a drunken crime wave. Fucking hell. We've got Christmas markets, German markets in Birmingham and Manchester, and everyone's pissed out their brains out. So, well, I suppose people stand out there drinking, but they're freezing cold, so I think they only drink a little bit and then they do one. But I don't think anyone's going to go on a drunken crime wave on mulled wine. Wake up in the cell going, oh, where am I? You know what I mean? You do that when you're off your head on drugs or something, apparently. Or, you've just been banging down loads of lager all day. So where's this at anyway? So this is in Castleford where's that? Castleford, West Yorkshire, I think. Yeah. So they want to fucking live a little. You know what I mean? Let the people off the hook a little bit. You can't. It doesn't sound like there's much fucking. Unless it's a real rough place, there may be. I mean, you probably wouldn't do that on my council estate. Start giving out free drink and that. Probably would get the place smashed up. But anyway, prison guards have been charged over the Epstein death. You see that with two people have been charged who were meant to be watching over Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, there you go. It's pretty clear then, isn't it? Because they happened to be not watching him. They pretended to be watching him and were logging in the records that they were watching him in his cell. But instead, they were not. And why were they not? That's the question. So the FBI apparently questioning them. I'm surprised that came out into the public domain, because you'd think whoever has created all this situation would want that to stay stum. You think the two blokes would have been fucking bumped off by now? If I don't keep my mouth shut, I might be bumped off. So I'm not going to say too much. Little old me in my little old video. No, I'm sure I'm going to be safe. So yeah, the two guys were meant to be watching him. So that's like, that's real dodgy shit then, isn't it? Because they could go now and pull the plug on who told them to do it, because surely the two prison guards haven't just randomly just gone, you know what, let's just fucking ignore him for a few hours. Oh, he's killed himself. Oh, somebody else has pulled the strings, isn't it? I wonder if it'll lead all the way back to Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew is stepping back from public duties as of today, he said. Well, you have no choice. You're being forced back from public duties because you're probably just going to get pelted with tomatoes or milkshakes or fucking at least abused or slagged off. You know, well, the heat is on, isn't it? So he's like, he's having to sort of do one basically. So, well, you know, no one's got any sympathy until you fucking tell the truth, because you're clearly not telling the truth by your bullshit that you've been coming out with. Anyway, former Ku Klux Klan leader. These are all dark stories, aren't they? Former Ku Klux Klan leader. I don't know what his name. I forgot his name. Endorses Nigel Farage for Prime Minister. So tells you all you need to know about Nigel Farage, doesn't it? It's Nigel Farage's politics. If a Ku Klux Klan leader who is a Holocaust denier and I don't know what that's where. Basically, he's a far right fucking racist guy, isn't he? And he's like bigging up Nigel Farage. So that don't do Nigel Farage any favours, does it? He's probably like, what the fuck do you do that for? You just killed my fucking credibility a little bit there by sticking your fucking name, attaching me. If I was him, I'd come back and say, oh, I don't want nothing to do with this arsehole from the Ku Klux Klan. But saying that, Nigel Farage has been sitting down eating dinner with Donald Trump on a number of occasions, so he's not fussy about which arseholes he mixes company with. So, hey, I'm not getting involved in American politics. This is good. The graffiti removal guy. There was a guy who was removing some graffiti. I don't know where it was now. I should have checked. But there's a great piece of artwork on the wall, and the graffiti guys come and removed it. And then when he's come back, he's removed it, and then there was another artwork put up, and he's had to come back to remove the other artwork, and the other artwork was him removing the previous artwork. The guy, the artist, took a photo of him looking around like that as he was removing this graffiti artwork, and then the artist then painted a graffiti of him doing it. So he became the artwork that he had to remove. So I thought that was fucking really clever, and it's quite funny. And the artist's name is DS, if you're interested to see any of his stuff. But yeah, that's quite clever, isn't it? So he's like stitched him up, took a photo. He must have done it a few times and just thought, why does my graffiti keep being removed? I know, I'll fucking do that. So very clever, DS. I endorse you. I endorse you. What was it? A little book, a miniature handwritten book went on sale this week, or sold the other day anyway, by Charlotte Bronte. Sold for more than £500,000. 500 grand. A little tiny book as well. I mean, how the hell she made any managed to write in it? I don't know, but matchbox sized work from 1830. 500 grand. Fucking happy days, whoever owned that. It's got a list here of a few other things that sold for big money. I haven't got time to go through them all, but what was it? Okay, I've lost where I was now. Oh yeah, the world's most expensive stamp, measuring just over 1 inch in British Guiana, 1856, sold for £7.4 million. Fucking hell, £7.4 million for a little stamp. I had a load of folders of stamps, about 10 folders full of stamps, bought them at the market, and I started to go through them all, and I thought there must be something in there. There was thousands of stamps in there, and I thought there must be something in here worth some money. I had a couple of near misses, what I thought, after going through one of the books. One, I thought I'd found one that was worth 2,000. It turns out that I had exactly the same stamp. It turns out that the only reason the one was worth 2,000 was because it had a perforated, dodgy edge, and the dodgy edge made it worth money because it was like what's it called, an error. So, and in the end, I just gave up. I thought, I can't fucking do this, and I ended up selling them all for next. I offered them for sale at a market, and a bloke just bit my hand off. He didn't even bid me or tell me. Try and knock me down. He just took them all. So I thought, because he had a look through first, and I thought, I knew there was something in them books. I fucking knew it. because he would have knocked me down, you know, if he thought, oh, they ain't worth that much. He just took them, he just grabbed them all and went, yeah, no problem, I'll take them. I thought that guy's probably sitting on the beach now with his feet up with a pina colada, fucking arsehole. I should have said, you need to, like, give me your email address, and if I see any stamps, I want half of anything that you sell. Future reference, I'll do something like that. A lock of hair belonging to singer Elvis Presley made a heady £90,000 when it came and sold at auction in 2002. £90,000. So now you wonder why people want to, you know, when you can't be a pop star now without people fucking. You see them all, they're grabbing them and like trying to rip the coats off, and no wonder. 90 grand if you ripped a bit of bloody Elvis hair out, if you get hold of him. So, you know, I better watch myself when the podcasts take off. I fucking have somebody ripping my hair out. Somebody messed my hair up yesterday anyway, so there was a load of it on the floor if you want it. It wasn't meant to be on the floor because the bloody woman, I told her to take a little bit off, and she took the fucking, she's obviously got one haircut that she can do, and she gave me that when it wasn't what I asked for. So I've already moaned about this yesterday. Fucking scalped me. I had loads longer hair, had a mullet and everything. Anyway, she's I didn't have a mullet, but she I quite like the guys who do wear the mullets though. They look good on them. They look good on somebody who's got the balls to do it, because it looks ridiculous, and at the same time it looks good, doesn't it? That guy off the news, is it New Zealand? The Kiwi, yeah, he had it, didn't he? His haircut was the star of the fucking World Cup. It was funny as, you know, but at the same time, it looked good on him. So if you got the balls to wear it, fair enough. But I'm gonna have to grow mine back now because of all that bullshit yesterday. Chatting away to me she was, and I was like, I can't, once she's chopped a bit off, you can't put it back on, can you? So there's no point in me even moaning then. I can't say stop. You just got to get the rest to match it, ain't you? So anyway, The Who became the first act to get a paving stone in a new London Music Walk of Fame. So the first one, Roger Daltrey and Peter Townsend were there, stamping on their paving slab. So yeah, there you go. I wonder who else is going to join them. Don't have any shit ones. Fucking hell. I mean, they're a band. You got to have like the big names up there, innit? You can't have like people like Take That and people. Well, I mean, they've sold a lot, but I'm on about, you know, it's rock and roll, hopefully, Walk of Fame. But this one says Music Walk of Fame, so probably have some shit ones on there. As long as it's not people like Sunita or what was it, Right Said Fred and shit like that. God, we come out with some crap, haven't we? We come out with a lot of good, but there's some crap out there, usually related somewhere down the line to Simon Cowell. The green man on pedestrian crossings has been dumped for same-sex symbols. I thought, oh, that's a bit fucking taking things another level now, isn't it? But it's only for a couple of weeks while the Pride Festival's on, so and people are moaning about it because they're going, why are they getting special treatment? But no, it's fun. They're doing it for. So they've got them symbols, you know, the sex symbols, transgender icon and the gay logo. So instead of having the green man, the walking man, they're having them symbols. So that's all right. That's kind of promoting the Pride, the festival, and getting everybody involved. Even you getting involved, walking across the road. Choose your sign. Right, we'll go. I'll be the gay. I'm going to walk on the transgender one. I bet there'll be some like some fucking like, you know, small-minded twats who like going, I'm fucking walking over on the transgender sign. I'm staying put until the red light goes, and then I'm going to run across. Well, more fool you then, mate, because you're going to get yourself run over just because you don't want to be a transgender for the day, or be seen to be walking on the transgender sign. Well, you know, there are people like that, unfortunately. You know, they want to fucking live a little, have a fucking laugh. Live a little, laugh a lot. That's what we say. Where are we going? Christopher Biggins. Oh yeah, Christopher Biggins has slammed snowflakes as he clammed. So snowflakes, and probably the same people as well as I've just mentioned, claimed that they've driven comedy pals, the Crankies, out of pantos. The Crankies out of pantos. It sounds like the Crankies out of their panties. I thought I was going to say then. don't know where my mind's going, but yeah, the former celebrity champ tore into the PC brigade for taking the fun out of the traditional festive shows, because they're like it's a Scottish husband and wife, but she dresses up. This is going to sound weird to anybody who's not from this country. So this is why they're being pushed out, because people, it's just, they're a husband and wife in real life, but their comedy act is she dresses up as a little boy, schoolboy, and I don't know what he's meant to be. Is he like meant to be his dad or something? Fuck knows. I don't know what he's meant to be. Or brothers, I don't know. They're just the Crankies anyway. So she's a boy, he's a bloke, and fuck knows what the act is. But it's a bit odd anyway. But I think they're going to get done by transphobia and all this kind of stuff over their cross-dressing comedy act. But it's all fucking tongue-in-cheek panto, isn't it? It's all about that. It's all like drag queens and, you know, fucking the ugly sisters and blokes dressing up as the ugly sisters and whatever else usually. It's all alright. Fucking laugh. Oh, the Crankies' favourite line, was it Fan Dabby Dorsey? Fan Dabby Dorsey. Yeah, I remember that. I used to love that when I was a kid. Shocked me when I found out that it was a woman, the boy. I didn't believe it. It was, and she's like, because obviously she's that height as well. Oh, no, it's in real life. They're a husband. Oh, that's right. I've already said that, the husband and wife. Anyway, the Fan Dabby Dorsey. Fan Dabby Dorsey. So yeah, they're going to get fucking no pantos. So they're running out of places to do stuff then, by the looks of it. So therefore, the panto is going to be dead soon, and if that's the case, I mean, I don't even go to them, so I don't give a shit really, to be fair. But it's just the cancel culture, you know what I mean? It's all about like making it seem offensive. It's not offensive. It's only offensive if you're looking to be offended, and if you're looking to be offended, then fucking you're on your own with all your little offended little mates. You can all go to your own little do. That's shit boring because it's all like cotton wool stage, you know what I mean? This one's a show about a man and a woman who talk to each other and don't say anything offensive. Oh yeah, fucking great fun. That's a shit show, that, isn't it? I could have gone on a little bit more there, but I'm going to need to move on because I'm running out of time. Mel B says she prefers to get her rocks off to lesbian porn because it's nicer and kinder. Bisexual Spice, aka Scary, dated a woman for 5 years, says she has a fling with them. So there she goes for the old, going for the old newspaper credits again. Who's asked her that she needs to come out and tell everybody that, you know what I mean? It's like, I wouldn't mind if it was an accidental, like, you know, once you hear one thing about somebody, but it's constant with her, isn't it? She's like been dropping them like fucking hot potatoes all over the place, all these little sexual secrets and stuff like that. It's like, you know, fucking oh, she's on a dating app, Badoo's Truth Flirts podcast. Okay, so she's chatting away on somewhere, so I'll give her the benefit of the doubt on that one. If she's on some kind of flirty sexual podcast, I guess that's what you're going to talk about. So, all right, I'll let you off. But I'm saying, you know, it's still a bit fucking Rob Snooze, isn't it? It's a bit snooze. David Hasselhoff has revealed the secrets behind driving supercar Kit in Knight Rider. Remember, what's it called? Michael Knight and Knight Rider was the bollocks, wasn't it? Why did he ever have to grow up and become David Hasselhoff singing on a wall in Berlin, for God's sake? The Knight Rider was fucking the bee's knees, and talking to his car through his watch. You can do that now, can't you? Talk to you from your watch, but you can't talk to your car. But he said like all the times he was driving it was being pulled on a trailer. So that's killed the buzz, man. I wish I hadn't read that now. I would like to keep it as like, you know, the talking car, the watch, Michael Knight, and what's it go? And he said like when he was given the job, he said, "Are you kidding me? What a job!" He said it was like the fucking best job in the world. And yeah, but he got Baywatch after that. That probably weren't too far behind, although that was shit. But you know, he was in good company, is what I mean. If you know what I mean. Where are we going? Okay, done that one. Right, we're running out of We're nearly there. Police have praised villagers who handed in 12 £2,000 bundles of cash they found in the street. Is this a fucking village of idiots? The village idiots. There you go. 12 £2,000 bundles of cash found in the street. They've gone, whoa, go and hand them in to the police. Money has been left in random in the former mining village of Black Country this year. 4 bundles of £20 notes put in plastic envelopes and left in plain sight were found and handed in to the police, bringing the total to 24 grand. That's like fucking Santa has just dropped that right into your fucking lap. You know what I mean? It's like, what they're doing there, who knows? But you didn't have to tell anybody. You know, nobody had to know. Even the people who lost them didn't have to know. You could have just waited. If that would have been me, I'd have took them, waited. If I saw a little old granny crying on the TV, then I would, like, you know, I'd feel guilty and I'd hand them in. If I knew that it was somebody just robbed a drug dealer and fucking dropped them, and you know, there was you heard all this stuff about like police chasing a heroin dealer, and he must have dropped them and all that stuff. Then fucking good, quid's in. It's all yours then, isn't it? So. Fucking, there you go. Fall in their money that they nearly had because it became somebody else. It come the police's money, and I bet you the police are like that. You know, I think maybe they're saying the 24 grand there. Maybe it was 34 grand when it was handed in. Come on, I don't think policemen they ain't that fucking straight. Believe me. The average household throws away nearly 500 worth of food every year, with milk top of the list. We typically spend £61 per week on food and drink, but £9 of that ends up in the wasted after going out of date. I've just cleared out a load out of my fridge, funnily enough, and chucked it away if it was all gone off. So that was, I hear you. I try and eat it. I keep popping into the shop to get something and then buy. I think while I'm here, I'll grab that. And I always got too much, and you know, you're trying to keep on top of it, then trying to eat it all quickly, ain't you? So yeah, but luckily I don't buy milk, so I don't get milk to go off, or cheese and all that kind of shit. But I had a load of fruit. I bought a load of fruit from the market. I think I've spoken about this before. A load of fruit from the market, and because it's all cheap, because it's on its last legs, I think I bought about 30 avocados for like £2 or something really ridiculous. I mean, fucking hell, you're not going to get that at Tesco's, are you? And like massive bag of lemons for £2 because it was the end of the day and they're clearing it. But I must have ate about a quarter of it, and the rest of it just went bad. It was off. So, you know, I probably got my £2 worth, and only anyway. Unless you just sit and eat avocados all day, you'd be like fucking bored of them after one day. You won't eat them again for the year, would you? Right, we're going to finish up. Reports of a man in a gimp suit stalked a village have stopped. Reports of a man in a gimp suit of stalking a village have stopped since cops quizzed 2 men. There you go. Is this the same village? The gimp's like dropping the money or whatever, like, because I don't know. It's there's been 14 sightings of a masked black-clad weirdo approaching people at night in Claverham, Somerset. Imagine that. I wouldn't like. Imagine walking down the street and some fucking guy ran up to you in a gimp mask or a gimp suit. I tell you what, there's not many things I'd run from, but that'd be one of them. That's for sure. You know. But that might have been chasing. That might have been it. Somebody might have been walking down the street with their 23 grand or whatever it was in their bag. Next thing you know, a man in a gimp suit runs out to fucking jump on you or whatever, or runs out the bush, and the guy's shit himself, gone, fuck the money, I'm out of here. I'm not having could be the same guy who was scared to walk across the transgender crossing earlier on that I spoke about. So there you go. The mystery will continue. We'll find out maybe somewhere or never, but I think I like my story better than what actually really happened. So I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. See you again tomorrow. Bye.